Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Nick's Veggie Patch. So, got a lot going on in the next few days while I've still got the time off from work. So, today I'm going to be telling you the 3 types of seed potato that I'm going to be growing for next season. They were readily available. I went to a garden centre today. They were readily available. So I'll tell you the 3 varieties of potatoes I'm going to be growing. I'm also going to be planting out, hopefully, garlic today and getting the raised bed ready for onion sets and possibly building my cage to go around it. So yeah, lots to be going on, guys. And I'll come back to you in a bit. Okay, so for next year's growing season, decided at the moment just going to be 3 varieties of potato, and I've chosen first earlies. I went to the garden centre today because I like to go to my local garden centre where I live, which is called Dobby's, and I went in there and they already have their seed potatoes out, and we're not even at New Year's Eve or New Year's Day yet. So I've done some research and looked into it. You can buy your seed potatoes now if you're going to do first earlies, and you can have them ready and in your windowsill, chitting, ready to be planted out. Anywhere from January, February onwards. So the 3 varieties that I've chosen, they are first earlies. If we do get an abundance from them and I can pick them and clear them pretty quick, may have enough time to get, say, a second or early or a main crop in. But for now I've just bought 3 earlies. So the first one I've gone for a different variety this year, and I've gone for, this is called Mary's Bard. Lovely, good looking seed potato. From what I was told, gives you a high yield, a good quality potato. So I've never grown Mary's Bard before, so I've decided to give them a go. And we'll see what we get from them. I've got the area in the raised bed where they're going to go. As you know, I've done a design of the new raised bed that the wife built this year using breeze blocks. So yeah, the first variety I'm going to be doing is Mary's Bard. Now, obviously, I went to Dobby's and they've got all their loose seed potatoes out. The next variety that I'm going to be sowing is a variety called Estima. I've done them before. They were really good. I did them up my allotment one year, tried them out. Really lovely potatoes, so I've decided to go for them again. Now, if you are thinking about what seed potatoes you're going to be chitting and planting out for next year's growing, if Dobby's is if Dobby's is one of your kind of favorite garden centres to go to. I would myself, my own opinion, advise looking, because you can fill a bag like this all the way up to the top for £3.99. So yeah, a whole bag for £3.99. They've got a great selection. So the other selection of seed potatoes that I've got, Pentland Javelin. So that's the other seed potato I'm going to be sowing. I had them before. Real lovely potato. Did like them. Didn't get many, but got enough for me and the wife. So yeah, they're the 3 varieties that I'm going to be sowing. But the varieties Dobbies have on sale at the moment are Caledonian Pearl. I've tried those before. Variety I haven't tried, Caledonian Rose. They've got Cara, Charlotte potatoes, Desiree, the Duke of York, Estima, Kestrel, King Edward, Maris Bard, Maris Peer, Maris Piper, Nicola, Pentland Dell, Pentland Javelin, Rocket, Sharps Express, and Vijaya, or however you pronounce the very last one at the bottom there. But yeah, they've got their potatoes in. I was a bit surprised to kind of see them when I saw them there, but the guy said they've had them delivered and they're getting them out now. And I suppose that's down to the weather, because for me, in my own opinion, the weather this year, around about October, November, even December now, has been a real mild one. It's not really been overly frosty. So that's the 3 varieties that I'm going to get out. And I'll show you eventually where they will go. And but I'll be getting out there in a minute to look at my garlic and my onion sets that I've got to go out. Also, while you're here, I've obviously in the last video I showed you, I uploaded, I showed you my new t-shirts that the wife got us for Christmas. So I decided one of the things I'd like as a Christmas present, and I've used money to get it, is to have my own mug with my gardening channel on. So I've designed my own mug, Nick's Veggie Patch. It's both sides, and at the moment it's got a nice cup of coffee in. So get out into the garden, sort the 2 raised beds where the garlic will be going, and we'll go from there. So I'll come back to you guys in a minute. Right, so I'm at the raised bed where I'm going to be planting or sowing my garlic. One lot in the small raised bed there, the other lot in the big one. And excuse me, I've also got some compost there from my compost bin that I'm going to use just to top up the raised beds there, just give them a little bit more compost. And then I will plant out my elephant garlic. I'll plant them about 10 centimeters, 4 inches apart, and about 3 centimeters, 1 inches below the soil. Elephant garlic it's technically not a garlic, but it gives giant bulb yields, and it's excellent for roasting, or it's great raw in a salad. And you can plant from autumn through to early spring. So I'm going to plant mine now because I want the frosts to come and to split the bulbs. So a good frost will split a garlic bulb and tell it it's time to start germinating, time to start growing. And then hopefully come the time when it's ready to harvest, you should have a lovely bulb of garlic. So I've got elephant garlic and I've got mesodrome, which is a French garlic. This one is a soft neck. So you plant it in autumn, but I'm potting mine in December. And you get an early and high yielding bulb with a medium flavour. So yeah, I'll get the raised bed ready and then I'll get the garlic planted in. Right guys, out of the mesodrome I've got 17 cloves of French garlic and I've made the holes for them to go in, so it's 10 centimeters apart and it is 3 centimeters below the ground. So I'm going to put them in first. I've had a look at my elephant garlic, the 2 cloves, and they don't look that great. So for now, I'm not going to put them out. I'm going to see if I can either get some more, or I may change the variety, second variety of garlic I put in there. But the elephant garlic doesn't look that great at the moment, so I won't be putting them out. But I will get the mesodrome French garlic out, and then see if I can get some more elephant garlic or some other varieties of garlic. But as I said, these are the 2 beds that the garlic could go in. If I can get another garlic or another 2, I've got space that side of where I've put the bamboo cane, so I could get some in there. So technically I could have 3 varieties of garlic if they come up. But I'll get these put into the ground and then I'll come back to you guys in a minute. So there we have it guys, first lot of garlic planted out, which is the mesodrome, and then I'm going to look at getting some more elephant garlic, but that's the first lot planted out for now. Right guys, I've got 2 lots of garlic in my raised bed, or raised beds up here. I decided to give the elephant garlic a go. I've planted it, so where you can see these 3 sticks, the elephant garlic is the other side of those 3 sticks, and then I have got the mesodrome garlic in this one here up to that bamboo cane. I've ordered another lot of garlic. It will be arriving tomorrow. That will give me the opportunity to put it that side of the cane where there isn't anything, and the remainder will go in here in this bit, this side of the canes. What I want to do now guys is I want to show you where I'm going to put my onions. So I forgot to say that a few weeks back I was checking out my onions. I lost one set. They were really bad. I've had to throw them away. I bought another set thinking they were a different set, but it seems I've bought a set of a set I still already had, so which is called Autumn Champion. So I'm going to show you where that's going to go. I'm going to put one set out because I've got 50 bulbs. I'm not necessarily going to put all 50 bulbs out because I've got some seeds that I want to sow to try and get to germinate to come up. But I'll show you now, guys, where I'm going to be putting these autumn champion in the raised bed. So as you can see, this is the breeze block raised bed my wife made. We ordered a load of breeze blocks and she's made it. It's in the shape of a letter E, because that enables us to get in to these two areas here, and we can just walk in and we've got the whole area of the bed to be able to weed, to plant, to sow stuff. So more than likely my onions are either going to go in this area here, or they'll go at the very end in that area there. But first of all, what I've got to do is I'm going to give it a rake over. So I've cleared it of anything that was in there before. I'm going to give it a good rake over. I'm not going to dig it, because I try to follow my kind of gardening idol, Charles Dowding, by no digging and letting the soil compost stay as it is. Any worms in there, let them churn it over inside. So I'm trying not to dig it over. So all I'm going to do is give it a light raking, and then I'm going to put from my compost bin just there, I'm going to take some of the compost that is out of there and put it in here, and give it a rake over. I'll do that first thing tomorrow morning, because it's getting dark now. So I'm just using the last bit of the light to explain to you what's going on. So yeah, it's going to get some onions in there. Hopefully some onion seeds once I've sown them and they come up. But also I've got broad beans to go in there, and I've got peas to go in there. They are really doing well in the greenhouse. You've seen how they're coming along. I've just had some new lights that I've put in the greenhouse, and that will give me lighting in the evening if I want to go out there and sow a few bits and pieces. And then today I've had my new probagater irrigation system turn up, along with my grow lights, and I'm going to show you them in a short while on this video. They're really, really good. Ordered them off of Amazon, saw them, liked them. The grow lights actually attach to the propagation system, and I'll show you that in just a short while. Right guys, so welcome back. I finally got another lot of garlic cloves that are going to go into the raised beds you're looking here from my camera. And the garlic variety I've got this time is called pink garlic white. So it is produce of Spain. You have to sow within 1 week into the raised ground, well drained, fresh organic compost. It says you should use, which I'm not gonna. Obviously instructions are as normal. Put them 10 centimeters deep with 15 centimeters between each one of them, with 30 centimeters between rows. Further mulch or use in April organic mulch, it's saying, but I'm not going to use organic mulch. It's also saying use horticultural fleece when frosts. I'm not necessarily going to use the fleece because, as you know, garlic needs a good heavy frost to wake it up, to split it into the cloves you get in a bowl. That basically, the frost says, wake up, lots of cloves, need you to start growing. So I'm going to plant them today. I'm also going to look at building raised beds, the two, one for the greenhouse, one for out here, and have a tidy up on the patio. Hopefully also plant my onion sets because I didn't get around to doing them last week. So yeah, I'm going to crack on. I'll come back to you guys in a bit. Okay, so I've put most of the second lot of garlic in the raised bed. The one there you can see in front of you. And then I'm just going to fill the last bit of this raised bed here over in the corner. And we'll then see if the garlic germinate. I've also got something to show you that I made yesterday. And there's still lots of things going on down here today in the rain. I'm under my veranda at the moment. So yeah, still lots of things going on, but the garlic's in. I'm also going to improve the kind of mesh I put around it. I've got an idea, so I'm going to do that in a minute. So yeah, still lots going on, and I'll give you an update in a minute. Okay guys, so there we go. I've put some form of netting around my garlic beds. I've used some PVC piping that's been cut off, and then I've used sort of the plastic sort of safety bands you put around things, tied them tight. Hopefully it's going to do something. I just need to put something just where you see the 4 bricks in the corner there, because my cats are always jumping over the area. But yeah, we'll just have to see. But hopefully that will stop them. If not, I'll have to think of something else. But I've got the garlic in there now as well. So garlic in that bit there, and garlic in that bit over there. So yeah, this garlic done, and that's that bed sorted. Right guys, this year I'm going to be trying out 6 new seed packets to sow on Nick's veggie patch, on my veggie patch here in my garden for me and the wife. I'm going to do a video on 4 of the seed packets that I've got separately, but I will tell you about them in this video anyway, because I'm also with these new seed packets, or 4 of them. I'm going to help promote the seed company I got them from. So I've got 4 new varieties of kale that I'm going to be sowing this year, and they are from a seed company called Real Seeds. So the seeds I've got, they're all a variety of kale, and basically Real Seeds is basically a company where their collection is the very best vegetable varieties basically that they can find from me, the home grower, or you, the home grower. So I've purchased 4 packets. The main one that I am going to try and promote is basically called Organic Mystery Pink Kale. The guys at Real Seeds told me they've not tried it themselves yet, so it's a new one on them. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do these 4 packets of seeds and see what comes up. But I'm going to concentrate on the organic mystery pink kale, but that'll be in another video. The other 2 seed packets that I'm going to be doing this season, or trying this season, I'm going to be sowing some asparagus. Now, I've never done asparagus before. I know you can't harvest asparagus for at least 3 years. So, and a good type of asparagus or variety depends on the variety you actually buy. So I've looked at one of Charles Dowding's videos. As you know, I follow him, and he recommends a variety which I've purchased from Premier Seeds Direct, and it's called Mary Washington. Now, I've never sown asparagus before, never done this variety before. I believe I've got a variety down in my seed tray. I've got a 4-compartment unit that's got all my seeds in. I believe I've got a variety in there. I can't remember what variety is, but Charles recommends Mary Washington. So I've watched his video from start to finish on how he does asparagus. So that's one of the ones that I'm going to be, another one I'm going to be sowing this year. Excuse me. But the one I'm really excited about also to be trying this year, I've done it a few times before with varying success. I'm going to be doing Carolina Reaper. Now, these are from a company called Red Dragon Welsh Chili Seeds. There's 20 super hot Carolina Reaper seeds in here. Carolina Reaper is anywhere between 1.5 to 2 million on the Scoville scale. And that is basically, it's a unit to tell you how hot each chili is that you kind of buy or grow or purchase. So Carolina Reaper is the hottest, as far as I'm aware at the moment, that you can buy. Obviously, if you're using Carolina Reapers, you have to handle them with care, because do not, whatever you do, rub your fingers in your eyes or wipe your eyes if you've handled them. So I'm going to sow those this year, but they need quite a lot of heat to germinate. So to get those to germinate, I'm going to be using my 4-tray Garland heated probagater. Now, a bit like I showed you in one of my last videos with the new probagater that I brought, which you put water in it, put the capillary matting, dampen that will germinate the seeds. That is a probagator, but not obviously like this one. This is a powered probagator, heated, comes with its own, obviously the plug it in. Has, again, like the new one I've brought, has the green trays with the lid and the vent to make sure your seeds get the best possible start. But you've got 4 of these compartments, and basically what they do is they sit on this white plastic base, and then inside is the heated part. So when you plug it in, this will heat up to a certain temperature. I don't know what it is. So the plug, it just says it's 230 volts, so 50 hertz and 8 watts. It's from Garland Products Limited. I've had this for quite a while, so I didn't use it last year, but this year, obviously, where I've got these Carolina Reapers, they do need the best possible start. So I am going to use this. So basically, get it turned on, sow your seeds in the normal way, compost in a tray, put your seeds in, moisten the compost, and then plonk the trays on here on the base unit. There is a little sign on it. It says to never submerge this unit in water for obvious reasons, but this will help the seeds to germinate because of the warmth and the heat. So basically, if you have the space and you can afford to do it, like Charles Dowding does, you can have so basically you can have like a heat box. So he's got one at Homemakers. It's built with 4 wooden boards, and then he fills it with manure, straw, and a few other bits and pieces. It's like a heat bed basically. It's got a thermometer in it so he can check the temperature, and then he's got a wooden board on top, and he will germinate some of his seeds on it because of the temperature that rises up from it. So obviously I don't have the room to do that in my garden, so I'm going to be using this. I've had it for a while now and I really like using it. So this is what I'm going to use to germinate, obviously, the Carolina Reapers and maybe a few other delicate seeds that maybe need a good start. But I'll definitely be using that to get them all going. It's had a good clean up, so it's ready to come out. Also, I purchased some new seed trays the other day from Containerwise, but I purchased them off of Amazon. So the first one is this wonderful cell tray. This is 40 cells. It's 28 so height deep, I believe. I think that's correct. If I've got the right one. And basically it's a real sturdy plastic. It's durable. It's really good plastic. It will last for years. I believe Containerwise put a guarantee of over 15 years to use on this. And this one, including this one, which is going to take my runner beans and climbing beans. This one is a 28 cell tray, I believe. Yeah, 28 cell. I think this is the one I was looking at to start off with properly. And it's got the so it's basically, it's got that lovely depth to it which is going to be perfect for runner beans, climbing beans, French beans, perfect for broad beans as well, because you'll be able to get that tap root to go all the way down, and then you'll be able to pull it out easily. Again, from Containerwise, got on Amazon. It's made out of a special plastic called polypropylene. I think that's how it's pronounced. But yeah, so these are two. I've got quite a few trays, obviously not this size. I've got another tray this size, but I've got some smaller ones, and they're from the Charles Dowding range, which he did with Containerwise. So there's the 60 cell one, the 30 cell one, and the 15 cell one. They, at the moment, are in my greenhouse. The 60 cell ones and the 30 cell ones, they have broad beans in them at the moment. 3 or 4 different varieties of broad beans and a variety of peas. So they're almost pretty much ready to go out into the raised bed that I've got in the garden. Just needs another bit of raking over again and getting ready, but they're ready to go out. So this is just literally an overshot of some other trays that I'm going to be using this year. I've got 3 trays like this. They're plastic. They're in my shed at the moment. I probably won't be using them again, but they are really good because they've got a good tap root as well, like this one. I say this is absolutely brilliant. It's going to work wonders for what I want to use it for, say runner beans, string beans, that sort of thing, even more broad beans if I need to. But that's just an overshot of what I'm going to be using with some of the new seeds I'm going to be sowing. And as I've said, you will see another video coming up that I will be doing on the 4 seed packets that I got here, which are from obviously the real seed company. They've agreed for me to do a video for them because they are not on any of the streaming platforms. They have a newsletter that they send out in an email. So if you do want to get some different seeds, different varieties, then go to www.realseeds.co.uk and they'll have varieties that you've never seen before. So looking forward to that this year. Looking forward to trying out asparagus, and then hopefully if I do get them germinate and I get them to the stage where I can put them in the ground, then it'll be just a case of 2 years, 3 years waiting to see if we can harvest any asparagus. But I'm looking forward to that one. And then as always looking forward to doing Carolina Reapers. So basically the sow time is anywhere from the middle of February through to April, and then plant time out in May, July, harvest August through to the end of October. So yeah, there we go, guys. That's just an upshot of what I'm going to be sowing this year. Right, guys, that's it for another episode of Nick's Veggie Patch. As you can see, lots going to be going on this year on my plot or in my garden. Lots of seed sowing, lots of new and exciting things I'm going to be doing. I'm in the process of building 2 new sort of wooden planters that one will go out onto the patio, one in the greenhouse, as I said, which will take the melons, because I'm going to be sowing melons this year, but trying to grow them in the greenhouse. Obviously trying to see how I get on with sowing Carolina Reapers this year using my heated propagator tray. Haven't had that out for a while. And obviously sowing the kale with the sowing the kale that I've got from real seeds. Obviously the mystery pink. So yeah, lots going on at the moment on Nick's Veggie Patch. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the like button. If you know anyone else is interested in this sort of video, obviously get them to subscribe to my channel. Get them to hit the like button for more videos like this and more content. And I'll see you shortly for another episode of Nick's Veggie Patch. Stay safe, guys. Have a good week, and I'll see you soon.